Hello guys, it's Victory Edmond here once again. So this is for those of us who have been asking questions with regards to the last social media lecture that was held by Bama Mayonnaise by organized by Mrs. Bolaji Ajibare with the topic of social media dominance. So I was able to come up with one or two summaries based on my own perspective. So the slide was sent to us. So I have the full slide here, and I just want to give my own input. So if it's something that will be helpful to us. Okay, the first page here says Introduction to Social Media Analytics. Here we have 2 points. One is saying, what is social media analytics? Social media analytics is the process of gathering data from social media platforms and analyzing it to make informed business decisions. It involves tracking metrics such as likes, shares, comments, followers, and more to understand how your content is performing. So in other words, it's more like saying that social media analytics here is a way of gathering data. It's a way of gathering numbers, figures about your progress or your growth on social media. Have you posted an ad on social media? You need ways to be able to gather and know how much what are your user metrics, how many people have clicked on that ad, how many people have shared it, how many people have commented, how many people have been able to keep engaged with your content on social media. So that is what social media analytics is all about. And then she says why it matters for shawarma sellers. Why does these analytics, why do they matter for shawarma sellers? The second slide here. For shawarma sellers, social media analytics helps identify what your customers like, when they engage most, and what drives them to make a purchase. With this data, you can optimize your content to increase sales, improve customer loyalty, and grow your business. So what she's trying to say is that with these analytics, you can be able to know your customer preference, how are they interacting with your business on social media, how are they interacting with your brand. What do they think about your merchandise? What do they think about your shawarma business? How do they perceive it? How do they see it? So that is what this point is saying. And then the next point says, setting goals for your social media strategy. You have to come up with a strategy on how do you want your growth to take place, okay? And when she made a point that says SMART, SMART, that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound, isn't it? Your goals have to be specific. What are those? You have to be specific about your goals, so you don't just blow your advert. I think we discussed about something like this in the last digital marketing lecture, right? You don't just blow it up, and you have to be specific. Who are you targeting? Okay, M in the SMART says measurable. You have to make sure it's something you can collate, something you can gather and say, yes, at the end of my social media campaign, this was exactly the numbers that I was able to come up with. This was my success so far. This was my figures. And then A says achievable. Is it achievable? Is it something realistic? Is it something that you can be accountable for after your social media campaign? R says what? Relevant. It has to be relevant. It has to be something that people want. It has to be something that your customers want. So you don't just come up with any type of ad and put it out there in the market. And then it says it has to be time bound. What is the limit of your advert? How long should it stay there? How long will it stay before you take it down? Right? Good. And she says goals should be clearly defined and directly linked to your business growth. You understand? So there has to be this relationship between your goals. What are the goals of your campaign? What do you aim to achieve by creating a campaign on social media? How is it connected to your business growth? And then the next line says examples for shawarma sellers. Examples for shawarma sellers. It says increase foot traffic by 20% within 3 months of promoting in-store events or specials on social media. So for what this line is saying, from my understanding, is you want to increase the amount of events, the events that takes place inside your store, or special events that takes place about your business. You want to improve the awareness of customers on social media, right? So these are ways that you can be able to come up with a metric for your social media growth. Now, the next line says, if your business goal is to increase sales, your social media goal should be directly connected to that, such as driving more online orders or increasing brand visibility. If your business goal is to increase sales, your social media goal should be directly connected to that, such as driving more online orders or increasing brand visibility. So how do you increase sales in your shawarma business online? That's what she's saying here. So your social media goal should be directly connected to that. Are you looking to increase your orders? So that's exactly how you're going to channel your growth. Who are the people you are broadcasting that product to, and what are your goals? What do you want from them? You want them to purchase from you? You want them to just see it? There's a way you can create just a brand awareness such that it's not like the customers are necessarily buying, but you just want the name of your brand to enter their mind, isn't it? The next one, she says, identifying key social media platforms, where she said you don't necessarily need to use all the social media platforms at once, isn't it? So you need to identify the one you want to use. There is Instagram and TikTok. This one is ideal for sharing visual content. Where are those of us who like sharing images? Where are those of us who like sharing videos? So Instagram and TikTok is the recommended ones. Then there is Facebook and WhatsApp. It's great for community building. Are you trying to build an audience for your brand? Facebook and WhatsApp will do it for you. Direct communication with customers and sharing more detailed content like promotion or customer stories. You understand? You want something that is like conversational. Facebook and WhatsApp will solve it for you. And of course, okay, there's other one that has not been mentioned here. VP Market, I think. VP Market helps to convert direct sales, okay? When it comes to even receiving, getting in touch with trade unions and, linking up with other brands who are also into what you do. So here he says, what does it mean for you? The first point, use Instagram to post high quality photos and videos of your shawarma, including behind the scenes content. Number 2, leverage WhatsApp to maintain direct communication with your regular customers. Send them exclusive deals and receive orders. Don't spread yourself too thin. Focus on 2 to 3 platforms where your audience is most active. So you need to measure, where do you get more audience from? Where do you get more audience from? Where are your customers coming from majorly? So these are your focus. So you don't just, because there are more than 10 or 20 of social media platforms, right? There are, I think Telegram is one of them. There is a lot of them actually. So which leads us to the next point that says, know your audience. Defining your target audience. Identify who your customers are in terms of demographics, age, gender, and location. I said something like that earlier. You need to identify which set of people do you want your product to get to, right? It can't just be everybody. It can't just be everybody. Do you want it to get to people who are within the age of 20 to 25 years old? It's fine. Do you want it to get to people who are within 30 years old? Depending on the product you are promoting, you know that not all products are for everybody. In fact, even shawarma, I think there's age grade for shawarma consumption. It's depending on the kind of meat that is inside or something like that. So you have to target it. And also the location matters a lot. The gender. Is this a product that men will like? Is it a product that ladies will like? You specify. Location also. How close from your shawarma store, from your food store, from your business place, how close do you want? Which users who are within what distance are you looking for? Are you looking for users that are very customers that are very close to you, or are you looking for customers who are far away, so that you can be able to deliver to them? You have to specify. Then there is Twitter analytics, Instagram analytics, and Facebook audience insights. So these ones are tools to help you track these numbers when they finally come in, right? So I think the next slide there is showing images of what some of these analytics looks like. You can see it's like a wavelength. You see those things that are going up, down, up, down. What those things are doing, they are called metrics. They are called metrics. They are giving you a measurement of how much your users are interacting with your advert. When did you place them? How many people interacted with them? You see it like that. It's like a graph. Okay, it's like a graph. So in the month of January, was it 100 people that interacted with it? Was it 50 people, was it 200 people? It will show there like that. From where did they see your ad from? Which country, which continent, or which state, which local government? You will see it there. So that of Twitter, you can see that of Twitter, you can see that of Instagram. And of course, it says, and create engaging content. Create engaging content. So create a content that people can look at and they can interact with. High quality images and videos of your shawarma, emphasizing the freshness of your product or service. I think I was in touch with one or two of our members at Bama Mayonnaise when I saw that, there are some who have very strong Instagram presence. Like you see images and videos of this product, like they are very, very exciting to watch. So if these videos and images can entice your customers enough, I mean, you get good sale conversions. So she gave a posting schedule. Are you posting? What is your frequency of posting? How often do you post? Are you looking at 3 to 4 times a week? Are you looking at every day? Because there are people who can post every day. And also you have to be consistent. And make sure you are creating a user-generated content, something that is from your business. She spoke about stories/reels. So you have to share behind-the-scene footage of how the shawarma is being prepared, your daily specials and fun facts about your ingredients. These are things that will help people to know the true content of your shawarma before you post it out. And next, you're going to see a slide of TikTok, right? So you see how people are interacting with shawarma vendors on TikTok. So these are key social media metrics to track. There is engagement rate, your reach and impressions, your click-through rate, CTR, your conversion rate. Let me explain this for. The engagement rate, it says, measures how actively your audience interacts with your content, likes, shares, and comments. How often do people see your post and like it? How often do they comment? How often do they share? What is your CTR, your click-through rates? How many people are clicking on your link after seeing your post? Because there's one called impressions, whereby people get to see it, and then there's CTR, where they actually click on it in order to indicate their interest in your offer, their interest in your product, their interest in your brand. And what about the reach and impressions? So he said reach is the number of unique users who see your content, while impressions are the total number of times your content is seen. So reach is more like the number of people who have seen your content for the first time. You get it? The number of people who are seeing your content for the first time, your content shows up, how many people saw it? How many then impressions are now, how many people interact? And the total number of times that they have seen your content. Then your CTR will now determine how many times did they actually click it. Then the last one is conversion rate. This one is the hardest. It's the hardest. Conversion rate is all about how many times do they see it, how many times do they see it, how many times do they click on it, and how many times do they finally buy. How many times do they see it? That is what. If they can see it, is your impressions, right? How many times do they interact with it? Engagement. And then how many times do they click on it? How many times do they finally convert into paying customers who can actually pay for your product or pay for your service? And then we have what? How to interpret metrics. There is high engagement and low reach, and there is high reach and low engagement. This one is talking about there are some posts that people get to interact with, people get to view it because of how exciting it is. That is high engagement. And a low reach is all about the amount of people it even gets to. There are some ads that will not really get to a lot of people, but the few people that came in contact with it, like a lot of people were interested in viewing it, right? And there is one that gets to more people, but those people don't engage on it more often. But whichever one your content is experiencing at the moment, you just need to master how to go about them at some point in time. So using analytics for strategic decision. So we have leveraging analytics for growth, where she says data-driven decision. Use data to decide what products to promote, when to run campaigns, and how to engage with your audience more effectively. Example, if a particular post about a new shawarma flavor gets a lot of likes, consider promoting that flavor more heavily. You just added a new flavor. I think Bama Mayonnaise was talking about canola oil or something like that. So there's a kind of flavor you add to your shawarma for the first time, and you tell people you just added this flavor. Instantly, you see engagement increase. So when you see that increase in engagement, you have to make sure you are doing that thing more consistently, right? So that is what she means by data-driven decisions. So A/B testing. What is A/B testing? You have to test different type of content. e.g. test videos versus photos. Okay, there are some products where people like to see the picture more than the videos. In fact, there are people who don't watch videos more often. What they like to interact with is photos. And there are those who like photos, but videos, they see videos like it's a waste of time for them. You understand? So how often do you get this data? So you need to know how you leverage it. And then she said customer feedback. You need to listen to what your customers are saying. What are they saying? What are your FAQ, your frequently asked questions by your customers? These are things you need to take a record of, so in order to know how you are improving your shawarma business over time. So I think we have creating effective social media campaigns. She spoke about campaign planning, budgeting and ad spend, regular check-ins, adaptation, and example of adaptation. So in campaign planning, she says outline the steps, set a clear goal, e.g. increasing online orders, identify your target audience, e.g. young adults in your city. This is a summary of what we said before. Then create compelling content and schedule posts strategically. Then she said seasonal promotions, run a summer shawarma special campaign offering discounts on shawarma. And then collaborations, partner with local food influencers to promote your shawarma, encouraging them to share their experience with their followers. Then budgeting and ad spend. Start small with a modest budget for Facebook and Instagram ads, monitor results, and adjust spending based on performance. Then she said, example, allocate 30,000 naira for 1 week Instagram campaign targeting food lovers in your area. Regular check-ins. Review your analytics weekly or monthly to see what's working and what's not. Set aside time to analyze performance and make necessary adjustments. So you need to, as you are putting your ad out there, also know what your feedback is all about, and then know how you are maximizing this data, adjust yourself before going out again. You understand? Because these things are things you get to do all the time. Example of adaptation. If analytics show higher engagement in the evening, adjust your posting schedule to focus on evening posts. So it means that your customers are people who are buying in the evening. You understand? So you have to adjust it to their taste. So it's not all about you just putting your ad out there. You understand? So because don't forget, let me give a brief summary from the last digital marketing lecture I organized here when I said organic audience and inorganic audience. This one was a major point she made during the webinar there. You know, I'm done with this one. This is a summary. Now, these social media platforms, you have to put one thing in mind, that the major thing we get from social media platforms, something what we call inorganic traffic, right? You know, new users mostly, or people. But when it comes to organic traffic, it's about people who you have built this deep relationship with, either directly or indirectly, online, offline. I think where are some of the men in the house? You recall 2 days or 3 days back when they said Cristiano Ronaldo joined social media, right? Why do you think in 2 hours, 3 hours, he's already getting millions and millions of followers? He did not even advertise or anything. He just joined YouTube, and I think right now he's about to become one of the most influential people on YouTube. Why? This is because this is a man who has been entertaining the crowd physically for years, organically. This is organic growth. So no matter what you do, don't give up on your organic growth. Don't do that. Carry your organic growth along. Then social media will do what? Social media will create an atmosphere for you and shoot up whatever you have been doing in the past. So my name is Victor Edmond once again, and see you on the next one.